So I can't do a complete diagonal to 19th and Chestnut, so we'll just sort of zigzag on up there. I'm sorry, 18th and Chestnut. It's really... I have a higher calling. That guy was trying to get me to go down Sansom. I know people want to argue and say, how do you know? I'm told exactly what's going on the streets.
My queens also got more expensive.
People learn something really dumb, as if they can control people to go in different directions based on their own agenda or desires to control. But I answer to a much higher calling than most of Philadelphia can provide. Oh, all of Philadelphia, that's right.
Enjoy your Sunday. All right then.
And then turn here. Wells Fargo is way down here at the foot of the cross, not near the top or the crown. Now this guy has a shirt that says disciple. I think that's a coincidence. Or do people get messages and they feel heavily compelled to buy a shirt? Maybe we wear certain colors, maybe we signal through our actions, maybe we lie on our profiles and say that we own a farm, you know.
No, you can't talk about short people, you're short.
They changed the description in the website of Five Guys, but back during conspiracy days, they would write the whole story and say that each worker has to shake the salt in the fries 15 times because they needed it to look like a ritualistic practice during a certain time period. I don't know if you can find that information any longer on the Five Guys website. I don't really eat there. I'm vegetarian, mostly vegan aside from yogurt. I won't even eat eggs because these are basically unincubated, unborn chicks, aside from any egg that might be unfertilized by accident per se. But all those eggs, just picture those little yellow things as chicks that would have been hatching. And instead you're scrambling them and putting ketchup on them, Worcestershire sauce, bacon, putting them on a sandwich, you know. Here we are, shops at Liberty Place. Now, I know that's a really tough thing to put out there because we are brainwashed to use eggs for baking, this and that. But the strictest of people will limit their cooking of food because that harms the body. It's anti-life, if you will, on the self. How did people come up with these ideas of like making cakes? Like, who was the first person to make a cake and decide, I'm gonna put an egg in here and see what that makes this type of bread. But anyway, when you look at some of these videos and you just see the sheer number of eggs being cracked open and whisked and cracked open and beaten and cracked open, and it's just like all of the, entire hatcheries, or non-hatcheries, entire facilities just for egg production. And would you want to be the person stealing the egg out from under the hen or the chicken or what have you every time she produces one? By the way, a shell is created by calcification occurring in the uterus after, I guess, fertilization. I'm not really sure the entire process, but we'll go all the way up here to 19th and, I'm sorry, 18th and Chestnut. The tip of the cross is 19th and Chestnut. Or that's how people saw it, because if you look at it as a graphic, particularly on one news channel that showed a golden diagram of the cross itself. So it was gold, yellow per se, and it was like, wow, that looks like a cross. Most people wear like golden crosses for necklaces, so those dainty little ones if they're so inclined. Pumpkin Delights at Paris Baguette. So in the inflection of Christ, or the crossing, the cross of Christ, or what have you, this corner up here by the Spirit Olive, T-Mobile, Allen, you know, whatever this is, and De Bruno Brothers, this would be the left-hand shoulder, the left-hand side of what some see as a cross every Sunday in September. Sounds like a snake, if you ask me. T-Mobile. So this would be the left-hand shoulder, if you will. So we will probably cut it off here because of the way the videos run, the way my SIM card runs or whatever. So this is the left-hand shoulder of the inflection.